Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Squires, the nurturing coach, author of Help, My Child is Being Used as a Weapon and Communicating with a Narcissist, and the creator of the Get Call Ready program. So I get asked a lot in my work, how do I prove narcissistic abuse in court? And it's a really great question because it's actually quite difficult to prove psychological abuse because it's quite subjective in as much as it's based on our experience and their experience, and obviously they will have every excuse under the sun as to why they didn't mean it, or why you're being overly sensitive, and why therefore that you are the problem. They will twist their abuse to become your issue. And so you've got to be really careful about how you present it, because you can end up looking like you are the problem. And I hear that a lot with the cases that I work with, where the abuse that they've experienced gets gaslighted around and projected onto them. And so this video is going to offer you 5 ways to prove narcissistic abuse in court. Okay, so first off, focus on presenting your evidence. Psychological abuse does 2 things. Number 1, the evidence, it can be overwhelming because it's happening all the time. And so when you go to verbalize that, you can come across as being unstable and incoherent, because it kind of becomes like verbal diarrhea. It just comes out. Second part of that is because you've had psychological abuse, you've probably got PTSD and complex PTSD. And so the parts of your brain that you really need in this moment, they're asleep. And so you do communicate in a way that is just like, here it is, all of the information all in one go. Or you bounce from thing to thing to thing. And again, it's a backdrop or a narrative of you're the problem, you're unstable, you're emotionally unstable. You kind of fit into that because of those 2 things. So first thing that we do in Get Call Ready, or one of the first things we do in Get Call Ready, is deal with your PTSD symptoms, because they are really tripping you up in lots of different ways, and that's not for this video to talk about. But the second one is we organise your evidence, because you need it to prove a pattern of behaviour, not the specific incidences, but the pattern and prolonged behaviour of this person. And that's where the difference comes. So you need to give examples of the pattern, not of the specifics. Again, if you need more support on that, just get in touch. Second one is show, don't tell. So narcissists lure them in with a false sense of security. They love talking about themselves. And the thing with them is, because so much of it is lies and distorted, give them enough airtime, and you just listen and let them talk, and then listen and write down all the challenges. And then when they're done and it's your turn, challenge them on each one of those points. What a lot of people do, again, because they're re-triggered by the process, is the narcissist says a lie, boom, you jump in to defend yourself. It's a natural reaction, but actually, again, against the backdrop of you being perhaps controlling, then it does look like that to the bystander, that you are jumping in, you are not respecting them, you're not listening. And so just let them talk, give them airspace, let them tell their story, quite literally, and then you just write your notes, or your representative, if you're not, if someone else is going to do the cross-examining, and then challenge on each individual point in a very assertive way. And again, this is important when choosing your representation, but also on working on yourself, so that you aren't aggressive in how you question them and how you challenge them, and nor are you passive in that. You're assertive, because that serves 2 purposes. Again, number 1, you come across as being very adult in your communication style, and number 2, you trigger them, because they are not used to you being assertive. They're used to you being passive, or sometimes aggressive. We all, when we're baited for long enough, we can lash out. And so it triggers them into their old selves, really, and it throws them off guard. So the third one, is stick with the facts and stay calm. So again, they chuck mud, lots of it, lots and lots, and in the hope that one thing will stick, and that one thing, they will run with it. So you've got to, rather than feel like you've got to fight every single fire, just stick to your own facts of the situation. Challenge them, as we've just talked about, and stick to your own facts. Again, this is difficult because you have your own anxiety and you're being triggered by the trauma, by the gaslighting, by the projection. But actually, if you can stick to the facts, it will trigger them. And it's harder for your objective facts rather than your subjective emotions to be refuted. The fourth one, don't react. You know, the narcissist has baited you and conditioned you for such a long time. They know your triggers and they are pressing them subtly so other people can't see it. But all of their behaviours are triggers to you because you've endured it for such a long period of time. And so they expect you to react. They expect you to, like I say, jump in when they're telling a lie. They expect you to get angry or to get upset. So cry or lash out. Again, this all fits into their narrative. So they can go, see, I told you. So when you don't, and you just sit there, and you're well prepared because you know what's coming, hence the Get Caught Ready program, you know exactly what they're going to throw, and you just sit there like, well, I knew this was coming, so it's okay. Throw all you want. You stay calm. Your body posture, your facial expressions, everything is calm. They go out of control because they want that reaction from you. They want your energy. They want your emotions. So when you don't give it to them, they work harder. And sure enough, they will move on to point 5, which is trigger their narcissistic response. When you don't give them what they need from you, they lash out. They can't help it. You know, this is a personality disorder. It's always under the surface, and they might be able to manage it because they've distorted the truth in their head, and so that they can tell this tale of woe and how you are the bad guy and they are the innocent victim. But those traits that you've seen day in, day out for however long you were with them, they are always there under the surface. And all it takes is those careful tweaks and everyone will see. So there you go. 5 steps to proving narcissistic abuse in court. As I have stated throughout, I wrote Get Caught Ready specifically to support you in each one of those stages, and lots more. We cover profiling, so we know exactly what their mindset is, what their distorted schemas are, so that we can use that to your advantage. We look at, like I say, managing your PTSD and anxiety, because, you know, court is anxiety inducing for the majority of people. So you need to learn how to manage that before every single hearing. We look at how to choose a solicitor, how to be assertive, so much. If you want that support, the link is up here. Do click and have a look. If you've got any questions, obviously pop them below or get in touch. It is a brilliant program. We're getting great results. People are already saying how much calmer, more prepared and more confident they are feeling when they're heading into court. And that is how you get the results. That is how you prove narcissistic abuse, because you don't play into their narrative. So there you go. Take care, everyone. Please do share this video with anyone you think would find it useful if they are going through court with a narcissistic ex. Also, like and don't forget to comment below with your feedback. But take care, everyone. Bye-bye.